How's it going, everybody? This is Ryan Miller with Growth Stimulus Training. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on foam rolling the muscles of the upper outer back, primarily the teres major and the upper outer portion of the latissimus dorsi, otherwise known as the lat muscles. Now before I get into it, I'd like to make a note that most foam rolling tutorial videos do show the user rolling over their muscle too fast. What you want to think about is actually mimicking an actual massage therapy session. A massage therapist does not rush through their session. What they do is they methodically work over each targeted muscle group, and that's something that you want to try to mimic when you're foam rolling. So getting into the actual details of rolling the upper and outer back muscles, you can see that it's important that you position yourself on your side. What you want to do is focus on the area under your armpit, and you want to hit each side of your body equally. Ideally, you try to put as much weight as possible onto the targeted muscle. So if you can with your legs, you're actually going to hold your hips off the ground. And if you lift your hips off the ground, that's in turn going to put more pressure, more downward pressure on those targeted muscle groups. One thing that you'll note throughout this entire video is that you're going to see that I primarily keep my upper and outer back muscles in a stretched position. They're not in a flexed position, and the reason for this is because when you stretch out the targeted muscle group, you expose more of that muscle group. You lengthen it, and you allow the foam roller to really do more work, more beneficial healing work than if you were to roll a flexed, tightened up, bunched up muscle. And I actually go through a few different positions for each side of my body, and it's clear that some positions are more stretched than others. You basically have to do what you can tolerate, and what I wanted to do was show a few different variations on arm positions and upper body positions to really stretch the muscle more and make it more intense. So in the beginning of this video I mentioned that we're going to be rolling and focusing on the teres major and the upper outer portion of the latissimus dorsi, otherwise known as the lats. The teres major is actually a small muscle group located on the posterior side of your body, which is the back side, or basically just your back. You know, it's right under your armpit, and when you want to use the foam roller on the teres major, it's important that you actually get on your side, just like I'm doing, but you actually lean back a little bit. So as you can see here, I'm actually leaning back towards the camera, and when you do that, you are really going to emphasize that teres major muscle group. And then when it comes time for me to hit the actual upper outer lat muscle, what you're going to see is you're going to see me leaning away from the camera if you're looking at me from this angle. Now if you're looking at the front view of me, you would see me leaning towards the camera. And that's one thing that you want to remember, and you want to keep that in mind. When it comes time to target that upper outer lat muscle, which is on the side of your body, it doesn't make sense to lean back away from it. Just basically position yourself right on your side under your armpit, and that should give you a different feeling from hitting that teres major muscle. It should give you a clear feeling that you're targeting a new muscle group, and that is the upper outer lat. The description that I actually just made is going to be illustrated right now. You can see that I will be leaning a little bit away from the camera with my backside facing the camera, and it's clear that the foam roller is more focused on the side of my body, not that side posterior side combo. So right now I'm doing a good job of targeting that upper outer lat muscle, and this should be a clear indicator of the differences in form between targeting the teres major and the upper outer lat muscle. As a general rule of thumb, when you're foam rolling, it's important that you do make multiple passes. This isn't something that you do in 30 seconds. This is something that takes minutes per muscle group when done correctly. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, you're trying to mimic an actual methodical massage therapy session, and you can do that, and you can save yourself money with a foam roller if you do it right. And you want to really get to know each muscle group. The foam roller really helps you get to know each muscle group, because foam rolling hurts a little bit, and if you're hitting that right muscle group, you're going to feel that pain sensation in the targeted muscle group, and in return, you're really going to learn more about your body, and you're going to learn where each muscle group is located and how to hit it effectively. So this has been a detailed tutorial on how to roll the teres major and the upper and outer latissimus dorsi or lat muscle. As I close out this video, I wanted to make it a point to really point out the muscles that I was foam rolling here. Now you'll see the large triangular muscle, that is the lat muscle, and I'm targeting the upper and outer portion of it that I pointed to right there. The teres major is that smaller muscle group directly above the triangular lat muscle. As always, this has been Ryan Miller with Growth Stimulus Training.